Wait, before you buy a Toyota RAV4, STOP. I know what you're thinking. The RAV4 is the best-selling SUV in America. It's everywhere. It must be bulletproof, right? But what if I told you this popular SUV is hiding flaws that could cost you money, comfort, and even your resale value in the very near future? In this video, I'm going to reveal exactly why you should think twice before driving home in a brand new RAV4 and, trust me, you'll want to hear the final reason, because it might make you regret buying one entirely. Let's get into it. For nearly 3 decades, the Toyota RAV4 has been the poster child for crossovers. Since its debut in 1996, it has ruled the small SUV class, mixing the comfort of a car with the practicality of an SUV. And today, it's not just popular, it's the best-selling passenger vehicle in the United States. That's right, more people buy a RAV4 than a Camry, an Accord, or even a Silverado. But here's the twist. Popularity doesn't mean perfection. And in fact, the RAV4 you see on dealer lots right now might just be the worst time to buy one. From cheap-feeling interiors, to noisy engines, to an all-new redesign around the corner, there are at least 5 reasons you need to think long and hard before you sign the papers. Stick with me, because I'll also share what you should consider instead and why waiting a few months could save you thousands of dollars. Reason 1. The interior is just meh. Let's be real, when you buy a $30,000 SUV, you expect a cabin that feels inviting, modern, and maybe even a little upscale. Unfortunately, the RAV4 falls short here. Step inside, and what do you see? Hard plastics everywhere. Door panels that feel hollow when you tap them. Surfaces that scream cost-cutting instead of quality. And if you look closely, many owners have pointed out uneven panel gaps, something you'd expect from a budget car. Not Toyota's bestseller. Sure, Toyota threw in a padded dashboard with some stitching, and the steering wheel feels nice in your hands. But let's be honest, when competitors like the Mazda CX-5 and Hyundai Tucson are giving you interiors that look and feel premium, the RAV4 feels stuck in 2016 and at night. Good luck. Most of the controls on the doors aren't illuminated. You'll literally be fumbling around just to find the window switches. In 2025, that's just unacceptable. Bottom line, the RAV4's interior works. But does it wow you? Not even close. Reason 2. The engine sounds rough. Now, Toyota has a reputation for bulletproof engines. And mechanically, the RAV4's 4-cylinder is reliable. But drive one, and you'll notice something immediately. It's loud. This engine doesn't it growls, it drones. And at times, it just sounds downright cheap. Accelerating onto the highway, you'll hear a gritty throb that makes the car feel less refined than its price tag suggests. And yes, road and wind noise are fairly controlled, but the engine dominates the soundtrack. Compare it to the Subaru Forester, or even the Honda CR-V, and the RAV4 sounds like it belongs in the bargain bin. Now, here's the twist. The hybrid version is quieter. It masks a lot of that engine harshness, and it's quicker too. But if you're considering the standard RAV4, brace yourself for noise. Lots of it. Reason 3. Ride quality that disappoints when you buy a family SUV. You want it to feel smooth, comfortable, and stable, right? The RAV4 used to deliver on that, but this current generation, it's actually a step backward. Over bumps and potholes, the suspension feels jittery. Expansion joints on the highway. You'll feel them in the cabin. Even normal cracks in the road can make the RAV4 pitch in ways that make passengers uncomfortable. It's not terrible, but here's the issue. Competitors are simply better. The Mazda CX-5 glides with precision. The Subaru Forester eats up rough roads. Even the Hyundai Tucson feels more refined. And when you combine a noisy engine with a jumpy ride and a cheap-feeling interior, start to realize this SUV isn't quite as polished as its sales numbers suggest. Reason for the hybrid is the one you should buy. But here's the irony. Toyota does make a better RAV4. It's the hybrid. Not only is it quicker than the standard gas version, but it also gets an incredible 37 miles per gallon overall. That's 10 mpg more than the non-hybrid, and it's quieter, smoother, and simply feels like the RAV4 Toyota should be selling as the default. So what's the catch? Price. The hybrid costs more upfront, and if you're on a budget, that can be a deal breaker. But here's the truth. Over time, the hybrid will likely save you money on fuel and you'll enjoy a better driving experience. So if you must, buy a RAV4 right now. Skip the base model. The hybrid is the only one worth considering. Reason 5. A new RAV4 is right around the corner. And here's the big one, the reason you should absolutely pause before buying a RAV4 in 2025. An all-new model is coming. Toyota has already teased the 2026 RAV4, and it's a complete redesign. We're talking more power, more technology, more safety features, and even sportier trims like the GR Sport. It'll be hybrid and plug-in hybrid only, meaning no more basic and it's going to make today's RAV4 feel instantly outdated. Now, maybe you're thinking, so what? I can get a deal on the current model? That's true. Dealers will be desperate to clear They're lots before the new one arrives. But think long-term. The moment the new RAV4 hits the streets, your 2025 model's resale value will plummet. And remember, first-year models often have bugs, which means the smartest move is to wait for the 2027 RAV4 after Toyota has worked out the kinks. So buy in now. You're either stuck with an outdated SUV or you risk buying a first-year model with growing pains. Either way, not ideal. Here's the honest truth. The RAV4 isn't a bad car. In fact, it's one of the most reliable and versatile small SUVs you can buy. The hybrid version in particular stands out with excellent fuel economy, decent acceleration, and Toyota's reputation for durability. But timing is everything. And right now, the RAV4 is a tough sell. Its cabin feels dated compared to rivals. The ride is less refined than it used to be, and the engine noise can make everyday driving less enjoyable than you'd expect from such a popular model. More importantly, the all-new RAV4 is right around the corner, promising more power, better technology, and an updated design that will immediately make today's version feel old. That means if you buy now, you risk paying for an SUV that will lose value quickly and feel outdated the moment you drive it off the lot. So while the RAV4 still has strengths, the smarter move is to either wait for the redesigned model or, if you can't wait, consider alternatives like the Mazda CX-5, Subaru Forester, or Hyundai Tucson, which currently offer better comfort, refinement, and value. At the end of the day, the Toyota RAV4 is a fascinating case study in the car world. It's a vehicle that has dominated sales charts for decades, earned a reputation for reliability, and become a household name. Yet, when you peel back the layers of hype and popularity, the cracks begin to show. The interior no longer feels competitive. The ride and engine refinement trail behind newer rivals. And the current generation is already living on borrowed time with a complete redesign looming on the horizon. That puts buyers in a difficult spot. Purchase now and risk driving an SUV that feels outdated within months. Or hold off and wait for the next generation RAV4 which, as history tells us, could come with its own first-year growing pains. This is why the timing of your decision is just as important as the choice of vehicle itself. Buying a car isn't only about what it offers today. It's also about how it will hold up tomorrow, both in reliability and in resale value. And right now, the RAV4 is in that awkward in-between stage where patience could save you thousands, and rushing in could leave you with buyer's remorse. Yes, the hybrid is a solid pick and a better driving experience overall. But even then, you'll be stuck with a model that Toyota itself has already moved past in design and technology. So my advice is simple. Don't let the sales numbers fool you. Don't buy into the idea that just because everyone drives one means it's the best option for you. The smart move today is either to wait for the redesigned RAV4 to prove itself, or to explore competitors that already deliver a more polished and enjoyable experience. Remember, cars are more than just transportation. They're long-term investments in your comfort, your finances, and your daily life. And sometimes, the best choice you can make is to walk away from a popular option and choose the one that truly fits your needs.